Is there any such thing as too much glitter?
Processional Arts Workshop. We're a nonprofit devoted to creating site-specific, community-built processions as a performance art form.
The two of us are Processional Arts Workshop, but Processional Art Workshop expands to include sometimes hundreds of people each time we do a project. Certainly have been people who, because they knew about it, or some people walking down the street because they live in the neighborhood, popped in, were curious, and then found themselves 3 days later totally committed to this lantern that they spent 3 days building. There is a lot of excitement for us to see what are people going to come up with.
Well, you're going to let it sit and dry, and then tomorrow cover with cheesecloth, which is what this looks like. And it hardens it and contracts it, keeps it together. Let that dry, and then put tissue paper and decorate it. And then we'll put it on the base with a lantern, and then hook up the battery. That's it.
This is a beehive structure. So the rattan has been made into, the hexagon shapes, and then on the inside there's another pattern. So when it's lit from within, the blocked out spaces won't have light shining through, so you're going to get a pattern. And then we have sort of the same shapes protruding through. And we're going to be covering this part differently, so the light will be shining through these hexagons differently than the rest of the structure.
When I got here yesterday, this structure was basically made, but I just added some of the circles and started to put this tape on it and this glue.
I think it looks like a shrimp. Some people say it looks like a fish diving into water. And I've heard that it looks also like the Statue of Liberty flame.
I am making a treehouse lantern. It's a giant creature. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's going to be a lot more organic and more tree-like than the original sculpture that I made. The whole theme is a dream architecture city, and so I had my dream architecture. It'd be up in a giant tree.
And there's a couple of elements people have started, knew they weren't coming back, but left sort of exquisitely detailed notes about their vision, but also permission to modify that vision as the next pair of hands got involved. So, I mean, one of the interesting things about this work is that a kind of classic way of looking at the process of art making is, the individualistic artist working, as a solitary mind. And a lot of the time, what we're experimenting with is this kind of rescinding of ordinary ideas of authorship, of letting, a work of art be passed through somebody's hands and then be modified again and evolve as this kind of collective vision.